1 Peter 2:24. He himself bore our sins in his body on the cross, so that we might die to sins and live for righteousness. By his wounds you have been healed. Romans 5:8. God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. You nearly got away from me, didn't you? Saw it take off then. There we are. Thought that would make a nice image. But you know, birds don't always cooperate with me. But good morning, friends, and well, you may be aware, I'm sure, all of you, today's Good Friday. So rich with meaning, and yet it's such a simple thing too. Yeah, I got you now. Came back around for me. Yeah, it's a confronting day, and it's so easy, as I used to think in my younger days. So easy to think of Christ as being a martyr, but that's missing the point. His death really was the reason he came, and really showed redemption to be the central force of life, for us to come, the opportunity for us to come into right relationship with God, to die to sin once and for all. And you know, that was God's choice, that was God's will in action, the cross. Humans, no humans were going to do that. Humans are too busy with stuff, with temporary things, too selfish. Really, we're all slaves to our nature that way, aren't we? But God opened that door through Jesus' death on the cross for us to die to sin, to come back into right relationship with him. What a beautiful day. A little bit breezy around, but a lot of people on the track this morning, I guess because there's some people that are on holiday, being Good Friday, of course. It's interesting, just from a personal point of view for me. I mean, the cross. What does the cross mean? I mean, gang. Look, I'm no. Excuse me. I'm no theologian. Right? I can only speak from personal point of view. But what is the cross, right? Yeah, it's a place where a man died. It's also a place that shook the foundations of hell. It's the whole, you know, Satan knew it was over on that day when Christ died, because sin is done with. And he knew his time was marked right from the beginning, really. But the cross is like the whole hinge where time and eternity hang, right? Because there's a gateway open to God of his choosing, and it's our opportunity to grasp it if we want. But I often think of the cross too as like the place where God's will and my will cross. And when I first came to God as just a broken man, it was all about my will. Everything, my whole life had been, everything I did. And it was a heavy crash, right, at that point, at the cross of Jesus, because my will was everything. And Jesus said, take up your cross daily, right? We cannot get to God, we can't bust through the cross, we can't We can't sidestep the cross. There is one man who we must abide in daily. Pick up your cross daily. It's about a life of abiding in Jesus, God's Son, who died for us, that we might come into relationship with Him. And the act of redemption is a miracle. So ideally I want that. It's just such a small area where God's will and mine met. It was me here and Him here. I want that intersection, that cross, to get bigger. I want it to get bigger, more of Him and less of me. That's my ideal. As whatever time I've got left, I want that cross where our wills intersect just to totally cover me, so that I'm living in God's will for my life, and being faithful to His will in other people's lives, and encouraging them in however small ways I can. But what a gift that only the Lord could offer at Calvary. And something that, we think about it. I know I do. I think about it on days like this. Like what's one day a year where it's front and centre. Pick up your cross daily. The redemption is our lives to make our lives a living sacrifice. That's what we're meant to do. That's what we're called to do. And that's our challenge. Yeah. But of course, as we know, Jesus' death today is only chapter 1 of the story that is complete. I love the beautiful irony of God. Like, by His wounds we are healed, right? By His wounds we are healed, not ours. Jesus took it all. Jesus took all the heat for us, because God so loved us even while we were still sinners. He loved us, right? Pretty beautiful thing. So gang, wherever you are, I hope this day, today, finds you in a good spot. So I apologise. I was going to say I apologise for getting a bit thick with theology there, but no, I'm not sorry at all. It's good to think about these things every day. So have a great day, folks. I love looking at this image here of this dinghy tied up. Yeah, and we'll see you on the trail.